It looks like we have and Kita. Is that right? If you could unmute for me.
Good morning.
Sorry, I need to mess with my volume here. Sorry, is your name spelled correctly on the screen?
Ankita, yes.
Ankita, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome. And who are you representing here today?
I'm representing the architectural firm that filed for the zoning, DXU Architects.
Okay, great. Welcome. Chris Hanafi, is that right?
That's correct. I'm with 5 Iron.
Thanks. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Looks like we have our zoning administrator here, Emily Ahouse. Welcome, Emily. I have Claire Healy.
Yep.
Hi, Ms. Healy. We can talk more about your email question after the hearing's complete if you wanted any more clarity on that.
Sure.
All right, and then we have S.A. Bennett, 2 gentlemen in the room. If you could unmute and give me each of your names.
I'm Steve Bennett with Turner Construction Company. We're the general contractor on the project.
And I'm Doug Dressing with Turner.
Doug Dressing.
Yes.
Okay.
DRESIE.
Yes. We have a couple more people that are attempting. I'll let them in now. Yeah, someone under Nora's iPhone. You could unmute for me.
Yep. Hi, my name is Nora. I am one of the co-founders of 5 Iron and in charge of our expansion efforts.
Okay, welcome. Nora,
thanks for having us today.
Sure. Nora, do you intend on providing any testimony here today, you think?
I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I might chime in, but I'm not 100% sure.
Nora, I don't think it'll be necessary, but it'll be good to go.
I was just going to give you a heads up, Nora, that if you did, I'll ask you at that time to turn on your camera. You don't need to have it on now, but if you are going to testify, just like to give people a heads up that they might be on camera.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Sure. And Nora, your last name?
Dunnan, Dunnan.
Okay, welcome. And do we have Kathleen Meehan with us?
And David, Kate is our new zoning plans examiner. She's just listening in.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Hello. I'm just listening in. Thank
Great.
you.
Well, welcome aboard, Kate.
Thank you.
Okay. On the applicant owner side, are we expecting anyone else to join us?
No.
Okay. I need to read through our hearing script and we'll get started. This basically will just cover the procedure for the hearing. So this is the November 16th, 2022 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. My name is David Serkey. I'm the zoning hearing examiner for the city of Cincinnati. I'll preside over this hearing. The case before us today is case number ZH20220160. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and opposing parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. If there were anyone here from the public, I would then give them an opportunity to speak after the applicant had presented its case. I'll give our zoning administrator, Emily Ahouse, an opportunity to provide any testimony in addition to the staff report that's been submitted. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to rebut that testimony. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. For our purposes here today, I know that we have a lot of folks here on the applicant owner side or team. You all can orient this presentation however you would like. One or all of you can speak really in any order you'd like. I'm pretty liberal about how you want to tell me about this project. I want to hear about the background, why you think this is appropriate, and why I should grant the relief that's requested. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions, and I may also refuse to consider hearsay testimony. That's generally evidence you want to introduce that consists of statements made by someone who's not present at the hearing today. In the event of any technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly, but to the extent there's some defect in the tech that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with the hearing, I may continue to postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, making any comments, asking any questions, really doing anything other than just strictly observing, then the zoning code requires me to swear you in. So if that's you, or if you think that's you, if you could take yourself off mute now, I'll need everyone who's going to testify to raise their right hand and to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
I do.
Okay, great.
I do.
Okay, got it. Thanks, everyone. All right, who's going to be taking the lead here on Tell Me About This?
So I can start. So I'm Claire Healy with 3CDC. We're the landlord at this property. So this zoning request is for 5 Iron Golf, which is our latest tenant on the ground floor of the Foundry redevelopment, which is our $60 million redevelopment of the old Macy's building across from Fountain Square. 5 Iron is looking to take over 13,000 square feet on our ground floor. They're a golf simulator concept. And the reason we're here today is because they're considered an indoor recreation facility per the zoning code, which in our DD sub-district, I believe it's sub-district A, that's only permitted on upper floors. So this would be a conditional use to be located on the ground floor. As far as sort of the health and safety, public interest aspects that you're looking for on today's decision, we think that 5 Iron complies with the Plan Cincinnati vision that's outlined for downtown in terms of re-urbanizing our core of our city. And it's also surrounded by other commercial, retail, and office uses. So we think it's compatible with the neighborhood. And then I think the part we're most excited about is the economic benefits and job creation and the tax value associated with this project. This is a new to market concept. Right now, 5 Iron is located in places like Seattle and New York. So this would be a first of its kind thing in Cincinnati. And we're really excited about that. And then, as I said previously, it's not too much of a leap in the zoning code as far as what we're looking for here, just to be allowed to operate this type of concept on the first floor instead of the lower floor. And so given the other points already made, we feel like there's no sort of health and safety or other welfare issues associated with that. So that's sort of in a nutshell, our application.
Okay, thank you. Did anyone else on the applicant ownership team want to talk or testify? Okay, I may have some questions in a little bit. Emily, I think I'll start with just a couple questions from you. So if they were just eating and drinking and not swinging golf clubs here, then this would be permitted by right?
Yes, if it was a restaurant or eating and drinking establishment, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. And is the idea with by keeping a recreation facility out of DDA, is it like an aesthetic thing, or do you know what the intention is behind that regulation?
Yeah, I think it's just an active streetscape. From the streetscape appearance, you think of a gym that's not necessarily maybe closed and blocked views from the street.
Gotcha. Okay. Emily, is there anything else you want to provide in addition to the staff report on this one?
No, I think we're recommending approval. We find that it's appropriately located and designed to minimize adverse effects. And really, it does function more like an eating and drinking establishment, which will activate the streetscape and would be permitted on the ground floor.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Ms. Healy, I don't think I have any other questions on this. Is there anything else you wanted to say in closing or otherwise before we adjourn here today?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I've had a chance to review the application materials and the staff report. Based on that, and based on the testimony here today, I'm going to approve the project. That is a sort of like almost like a preliminary approval. I'm telling you that that's going to be the outcome. What has been treated as the actual official approval is the decision that I have to write, which can take anywhere from a few days to a couple weeks. Ms. Healy, I know that you had a question about how the building department would allow you to move forward on this. I suggested that maybe you based on what I've said here today, that maybe you contact them directly and ask them what they're willing to do there.
Yeah, I've talked to the building department folks and Emily. And ultimately where we are is we just need to get the formal letter from you and get it uploaded to Easy Track.
Okay.
So any efforts you can make to expedite the letter would be greatly appreciated.
Sure, absolutely. I'll do that. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out to me or to Emily. Also, if you just want a status update on where I'm at with the decision, if you haven't received it yet, you can reach out to me directly. I'm happy to let you know.
Perfect.
But I'll do everything I can to get that to you as soon as possible.
Great.
Okay.
This is Nora, the business owner. I just want to say thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We have it's been a tumultuous ride here, and really appreciate you taking the time to meet with us and approve us. And you know, as Claire said, whatever you can do to move that letter along. You know, every day counts for us as, you know, a small business company.
Sure. I lost you at the end there, but absolutely. Seems like a fun idea and a good project. Happy to have you in Cincinnati. I'll do everything I can to get it out to you as soon as possible.
Great. Thanks, David.
Have a good day, everyone. We
Okay.
are